Hey everybody, I'm Yvonne with Back to Earth Creations and welcome to the craft room. Today we are working on a wire tree sculpture that has fiber optics. We started this yesterday and we made it through the storm with flying colors, and it was a little scary here and there, but we made it through the storm. No trees down or any damage that we're aware of on the house or anything, so I feel super lucky about that. Let me check and make sure that I did click my things and stuff. Well, hey baby, how's it going? Right on. Boop boop. I think the sound's working. Hey Crystal, how are you doing today? Oh, thank you, honey. This is perfect. So I'm in a slightly different setup today.
How do you do? Do you go for that?
No. Can I take it from you? And if you'll bring me another table for right here. Thank you. You're the greatest. Just getting set up still, that way I can read y'all's comments and stuff and be able to keep up. Hey Itzy, how are you doing today? Oh honey, that's perfect. Oh yeah? Is the squirrel back? What you need? I was gonna charge it with the red cord. Thank you, I forgot. Laura says, howdy, is the weather being nice to you now? It is. It is such a beautiful day. Perfect, honey, thank you. Yeah, it was a pretty scary storm. We're all set up so I can read y'all's comments now, so that's good. And man, it's just, what a day. That was some scary, like it got a little scary there for a little bit. But this is the tree that we started yesterday. And this is how it looks lighting up. I don't know if the camera's going to pick up on it very well, but it's really cool at night, I tell you what. So I'm going to switch that back off to preserve battery, which we do have it exposed in the bottom, so we'll be able to take the batteries in and out. But y'all, getting the selfie for the thumbnail for this, I jabbed myself in the eye, like it got me good with one of these branches. So now I'm a little scared of the tree. Oh, I'm doing pretty good, Itzy. Hey, Mellow Doc, how's it going? So I did work on this a little bit last night. It helped take my mind off the literal raging storm outside. So what we did is we got the tree, the wire wrapped up the trunk all the way. Does knuckle bump. I'm good, thank you. Hope you are well. I'm doing. Honestly, I just feel so lucky that we made it through the storm unscathed, that I feel like super blessed today. So, but we're also, I'm a little going crazy because we leave tomorrow to go to Tennessee. and I still haven't packed anything, and so like, I'm really excited, but I'm also like just kind of nervous. It's like a 9-hour drive. It's a whole lot, and this is our 4th trip in 8 weeks. Oh, you okay? Because he just wiped out. Oh, bless his heart. Okay, so what I ended up doing yesterday is we got all this wire wrapped around. And so I wanted it to end up being to where the branches would split and then split. So you can see, like here, I was getting it trained up to where we had it forking once and then each of those forked. So now one branch ends up being 4. And once I got all of these branches up to that point, I started filling in and branching off additional, wires. So now this, even though there's only 4 branches, there's 6 core of the 16 gauge wires coming up it. Same thing for like over here. And I just started doing a little bit of sculpting and stuff, but it really helped me take my mind off the storm last night. So that's good. Ooh, and if you don't care for the Googles, it might be a good idea to make a jump ring in the end of each wire. Oh, goggles. I wondered if eye protection might not be a good idea. I hate those goggles, but eye injury is no fun. Honestly, a little loop would have been a lot less damaging than the pokey bit. Hey Tara, how are you doing today? She says, hi, the tree's looking good. Hoping y'all safe from the UK. We're doing good. and that's good. I'll take it. Okay. And so I'm just going to pick up kind of where we left off. Because, like, this one. And sometimes if I don't know where to start, there's no right or wrong place to start. You just got to grab the tree and start growing. And so now from here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to split this one. And we're just splitting those fiber optics off. What do you guys think? Should I sculpt with the fiber optic, with the light going? I think that'd be pretty cool. So what are y'all working on today? So far, Randy and I, we did our weekly shipping. That went very well. It feels good to have work to do. So thank you to everybody who showed support at our shop update yesterday and we sold some tie-dyes. We actually sold a corset. I was so excited about that because normally, like, I have a lot of faith in our corsets. I think we do our absolute best on them, and I think they're very high quality. And well, I like them so much that I make them and I wear them. So, like, they're everything that I wanted in a corset. And I think that's hard to beat. But it's the sort of thing that I wouldn't buy a corset online. I would buy it in person. So that's where I didn't have a lot of faith in any corset sales being made, because I was like, this is typically the sort of thing that we would sell out of the booth where you get to see it in person, you get to try it on. But so that tickled me pink. It's evening here. Been thinking of getting a movie on at some point. Oh, yes. Why, Randy and I had a movie night just the other night ago, and I'm trying to remember what it was that we watched. We started watching Cats the musical last night, and which I love, Cats the musical. But Randy was not a theater kid. I mean, I wasn't either, but I played in the pit orchestra for whenever the school did the production. So it wasn't quite theater kid, but the enthusiasm and weirdness was there. For sure. So just whatever, Randy's like, but what's a jellicle cat? And I'm like, I don't know, babe. It's just a vibe. I get migraines, so having that light flashing all the time wouldn't work for me. But if it floats your boat to have that kind of thing, bling, go for it. Gotcha. That makes sense. But yeah, so do you see how we're just kind of starting to build these branches? And whenever they're being all tricky like that, that's when we go ahead and we get our tape. Original Cats the musical was amazing. Yes. Angelicals, can angelicals do? Angelicals can. But then Randy was like, Callie was definitely a jellicle cat. And I'm like, yes. 100%. He understands. Couldn't tell you what it is, but she was one for sure. But we got up to Rum Tum Tugger, and we were like, okay, it's bedtime. Jellicles can angelicals do? Jellicles can angelicals do? I wish they'd had subtitles though, because Randy and I are both pretty hard of hearing, and sometimes the musicality of the song gets in the way of like understanding what people are saying. Even though these people are fantastic singers and they're enunciating beautifully, my deaf ass just cannot hear them. But it was on a YouTube channel and we were watching it for free, so I don't know what I expect. Because at first Randy was like, well, do you want to watch Cats the musical? Because he's even the one who brought it up. And I was like, no, I don't need to watch. What?
You were having a rough
right now, or? Oh, was I? It was a very... it was a hard day. The storm had me all scared. But the storm had passed, so Randy put on what apparently is one of my happy shows. And like within 5 seconds, my feet were dancing. And I was like happy Vaughn mode activated. He knows me so well. All right. So now that branch has been divided. And so I'm going to come over here just to the next branch over to the left. I moved our setup today because all of these wires kept hitting my computer screen and I just didn't feel like fussing around with that. How's that for you guys? That angle there, so you can kind of see hopefully what's happening a little more up close, a little farther back. Hey Maple Leaf, how are you doing today? Probs the audio from the YouTube video, to be fair. I've seen it on DVD and it sounded great. Right on. Yeah, I do want to try it. I'm sorry about your migraines, but I'm going to try it with the light. Oh, I just love watching the colors change. The camera hardly picks up on it, but I do want to test and see how long the battery will last for. Okay, so from here, do I just leave that taped? I think this one's down as far as it's going to go before I start incorporating thinner wires. That one's good. This one is good. Yeah. And I can start developing the shape of the tree too, because the branches are they'll have wanted to grow towards where the light is. So, if we're presuming the sun's position in the sky is, well, up, in this realm where this tree is from, then, if there's an open space, the branches would have spread to fill that, in my mind. I don't know. I'm not a botanist. I loved your post yesterday with all the dresses. Which is your favorite color? Oh, Crystal, I think the blue one, that was the very first dress. Because it's tricky, because sometimes I'll really like the color on one, but I'll like the pattern more on another one. And I think for me, pattern wins over color. And that blue one, the way that the striping came out, man, y'all, I shouldn't have used this tape. It's really I'm having a difficult time. Here we go. That's like an uh-oh over. I may need to use something other than this gaffer's tape. Okay, but now all of those are there. Okay. But yeah, the pattern on that blue one, because whenever it swirls, it just comes to life. But my second favorite, I think, was one of the dragon's heart with the spiral. That green one that had a spiral just on one hip, and it was so cool. Oh, yeah, okay. So these are looking pretty good. Those are looking pretty good. I'm going to do another. We can bring this one down a little. Oh, yes. And sometimes I'll just be turning the tree because I don't know what I need to do. Sometimes you just got to look at it until idea comes. But thank you for saying that you loved it. I meant to put some music on with it to cover up the foot on carpet sound, but it got away from me. And then I was like, Randy says, what, you didn't like the foot ASMR? I mean, I did. I liked it. But, TikTok seems to like it better. Oh, one of them broke. TikTok seems to like it better whenever I put a trending audio, whatever that means. I was just dancing to the burbling of the fish tank. So I'm saving all the broken off filaments to utilize in a test bake to see if I can embed fiber optic filaments into polymer clay and then bake them. Because if I can't, then I'll need to thinking if I could find like a silicone thread, or I might just push wires through and then bake it and pull the wires out and then feed the fiber optic filaments up into that. But it's just, I don't know, I'd like to do some experimenting. Oh, gotcha, Laura. Oh, hey, Amy, how are you doing? Painter's tape. Yeah, I should have done painter's instead of, hey, tick with an edge, instead of the gaffer's tape. I am super glad that we survived the storms. It is starting to look more like a tree, isn't it? Like, it got me in the eye earlier, though. So now I'm kind of scared because it's right there. Like, I did not realize I have the burden of spatial awareness today, but it's like hypersensitive. All right, so I'm just looking. Now this one branches. We can go ahead and do this one as well. Oh, now see, that one wrapped off so much easier. So I'm glad I didn't panic. You know, maybe only half of them will be tricky. That might be cool. I also really like working with these fiber optic filaments because I don't fear being electrocuted right now. At least, like, they're just conveying light. Because like my smooth brain's like, I'm not gonna get electrocuted, am I? Like, I don't think that's how this works, but I'll just get like some light on me. Okay. Oh, fiddlesticks. Fiddlestick says, I have a thought. Could you make whatever out of polymer clay, then make a mold of it, then use plaster with the light inside? Yes. I think that would depend a lot on what the sculpture is of, but the theory, yes, that works. It's just I don't know where the thresholds of like the intricacy or shape, because it's, I wonder if you would just like place all of the filaments first and then um just pour the plaster in like slowly uh to kind of just settle in around it, because I think Randy was talking about something like that for doing with like one of our mushrooms. That way the little dots would be glowing filaments, much thicker than these ones. These are like cray thin. The filaments make great whiskers. I did a lot of needle felting and needed whisker materials a little sturdier than horsehair. Oh, that's cool, Laura. But yeah, I can see that working out really well. That's very whisker textured. Okay. We're pulling the tape off of this one, and today there's such a nice breeze. The air feels so clean after the rain, because we're getting a little dust bully around here sometimes in southwestern Missouri. You can bake fiber optics if it's not cheap plastic. Okay. So these ones might not bake well, because I'm gonna be honest, this was the cheapest fiber optic lamp we could find on Amazon. It was either $8 or $15. I don't recall specifically, but it was. We felt the price was worth it for our intended purpose. So I'm just trying to get this. There we go. 1, 2, 3. Oh, it depends what it's made of. Okay. I wonder. if some fiber optics will wire wrap better than others, like, you know what I mean? Randy says there's some glass fiber optics, but I wonder if those would be significantly more fragile than what I'm currently working with. You would think so? Okay. The main thing I'm interested in is in the light engines, that instead of just having like, this is I think a single LED underneath this tree, and I think it'd be really cool to be able to get one of those, like it's like a board of LEDs that has been programmed, and you can get the look of like firelight flickering or a rainbow fade within it. So like, just, I don't know, some really cool stuff happening all at once. And then if there were a way to be able to coordinate that between multiple sculptures, because I'd love to be able to, my goal currently, if any of y'all have been keeping up with the school updates, it's off the market. We're still going and looking at it. That's part of the Tennessee trip. And honestly, I think that's why I'm a little bit of a wreck, in addition to our niece is graduating. And it's like, oh my God, I can't believe she's grown already. And just all that. But aside from the school, my goal, like in the meantime, because if I don't have goals, I'll chew my leg off. I get so like ornery. Is to turn my front porch into a fairy village. And I'm very excited about it. So if I could have all of the sculptures on the porch be able to be coordinated with each other, I think that would be very cool. That way it's like they're all, or have them all kind of doing their own thing. Like, I don't know, but just wondering, like the brain's going. But yeah, so anywhere that I have two wires and they're not clustered, I'm just splitting and doing a little bit more wrapping. Melt a broken one if it melt, or try melt a broken one if it melts. Don't use it in the oven. Okay. Always have to be careful when heating plastic. Phthalates are nasty. A strong exhaust system will keep you safe. Open windows, not so much. That's a good point. Okay. Sometimes my own wire gets in my way. That okay. Oh, it was so cool. Last night the power went out. Like, it just blipped. Like, that was the worst of it. I felt so fortunate, you guys. But Randy and I were laying in bed watching Bob's Burgers, because that's my night show. And the power went out, and then all those sculptures in the bedroom that are glow in the dark were just glowing super vivid, and it was really neat. Because if y'all remember on YouTube, some of y'all have been with us for that long. I had done, like, it's these mushroom moon mirrors. Well, we keep those. I liked them so much, I kept them, and I have them hanging up in our bedroom. And all those glowing mushrooms, it was so cool. Right on, Laura. That's rough. Yeah, I always worried for Randy when he was working in the factory, because he worked in the paint department. But we do all sorts of noxious stuff here, but we do our best to do our due diligence. We could always do better, but I also eat hot dogs, so I'm not like super, but life's all about getting humbled. Ah, hey Sarah, how's it going? She says, oh, hey, that is looking awesome. Thank you. I'm so excited about it. I'm just enjoying it too. getting to do the little process. Laura says, yep, we do tend to pick our poisons, don't we? Yeah. Oh, watched last night? It's really come a ways, huh? Like, I'm so pleased with it so far. I'm not going to poke myself in the eye again, though. Okay, so there went that one, getting split off 2 ways. Because I'm not entirely certain yet how I want to terminate the ends of these wires. Because the tree does not need to be exceeding the fiber optics in size. Just for if I'm ever going to put a cloche over it or anything like that. This would take a really big cloche, but sometimes, you know, that's just what it takes. But it's just got me thinking. Because it's like I don't want to just lose all this wire, but I don't want to bulk up the tips by folding them back in on themselves. But we don't have to make a decision about it right this second. Because we're stuck right here doing what we're doing until it's done. There we go. And not stuck so much as just, I like this because I'm forced to keep pace. It's like, I imagine it's like sailing. You can only go so fast and then you surrender yourself to just the will of the wind, I suppose. And so this is just how long this takes. And while my hands are busy, I can just let my mind wander without feeling like I need to, oh, gotta make a decision. It's gotta be the right decision right away. It's like, nah, I'm just gonna craft. Sarah says, I love your collection of 16 gauge copper, so many spools. I think I wanted to make a great big, like I wanted to use a hula hoop as the frame for a wire tree. And then I just never got to it. But this is all off of, this tree so far is just one of those spools. So I'm very excited about that because it's helping me to like keep track of my material usage, which makes me happy. I like being able to track that stuff. I kind of want to try something. So here I have, this is a 3/32 inch mandrel. And I'm wondering if I can sneak the fiber optics out so that there's no risk of like crushing them. And then use this to wrap around. Because what's getting tricky for me is as I get to where I only have a thin bit of fiber optics, yes, to lay into it, there's nothing to resistance, and it's really hard to get this wire around it. We just freaking solved that, y'all. Holy smokes. Oh, all right. I worry for my eyeballs. So I'm gonna just get this whole porcupine nightmare out of my face. Half drilled glow in the dark beads on the wire ends. Ooh, maybe. No, that's a really cute idea. I like that. I think I'm going to snip them with just like an inch of excess whenever I get there. And because I can always trim off more, or we can make a little spiral, or we can figure something out. Ah, hey, distant star. Thank you for saying so. I'm very excited about it. Whew. Wire does, but wire does. Yes, it do. Okay. Yeah, the gaffer's tape unsticks from other stuff really, really well, holds hecka strong when it's coming into contact with itself. Okay. So I think I'm going to do, I don't know if I'm in frame or not. Let me know if you guys want me to zoom in or anything like that, because my goal here is if y'all have a vision in your mind of something that you'd like to make, I'm very hopeful that me sharing my process with y'all that I'm going through will help you in making your own. So I'm just reinserting it and then wire wrap, wire wrap. And let's see if now we can take this just a little bit and well, I don't like that near so much as what I thought I would. That's okay. I've just laid in a twist, and now I'm just going to twist that around and then bring it foomp, 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 and then foomp, foomp, foomp. Oh, I do like that quite a bit. That makes me real happy. It's kind of giving us crazy branches, but I kind of dig it. Because I think a lot of the beauty of the wire is the texture that it accomplishes. And I was thinking if we went with a very large, we already did this one perhaps. Yep, that one's already done. Very cool. If we did a life-size tree, like an 8-foot tall one, I think I would do a carved foam, like expanded foam core. With like, what is it, Paltea or papercrete, or maybe even just concrete mixed with like mortar, like how you see people dip towels in for draping over like a bucket to make a cute like concrete planter, like that mix, if you know what I'm talking about. But I'd take rope and I dip it into that. And so if you can visualize, each of these wires wouldn't be a wire, it'd be a rope. And so that's kind of where my thinking's going of how we would be able to scale this up. And we would basically make an armature out of possibly PVC piping and connection fittings to be able to like branch them off. And then we'd achieve the bulk by like, I might save a bunch of like old Walmart bags and use those as bulk and put like saran wrap or something around it. Like, I don't know, or foil or something to achieve the bulk, and then wrap the ropes around it out to the tips, and the PVC pipe and connectors would be able to be conduit for the fiber optics. A curly willow. It's official. It's a curly willow. I love that so much. Lay wire next to mandrel, then twist wire. I just want to see the trunk real quick. What's in there? I just joined, so I missed the beginning. Right on. Well, this is actually part 2. What we've got going on here is this is one of the fiber optic, like you set it on your table and it goes like, Fwah, and it's very cool and you can touch it and it goes like, Fwah. It's one of those that I'm making a wire tree around because I want it to glow. Hey Pro, we have not floated away. How are y'all doing? We made it through the storm with flying colors. So I feel like a lucky duck on that one. Hey Gian, how's it going? Lay fiber pieces next to mandrel, then wire wrap. Right on. But I don't know, like you don't, it does that fiber optic thing. Okay, so I guess I gotta start somewhere because there's never like, there's so much going on here. So I'm just gonna position all that. And I'm just gonna start taking the tape off and we're gonna get these branches to their end. And then I'm going to start cutting the 16 gauge wire because otherwise I'm going to be here forever just playing with this thing because I'm kind of scared. I don't want to mess it up, you know? But requiring myself to make, I mean, I'm not rushing. Haste makes waste, but I do want to keep it moving along because otherwise I'll get stuck, if that makes sense. Just in indecision limbo. Because the problem is there's about, a million good ideas. It's picking one. Like but what do I do? That's the hard part for me often. Okay, so I'm going to try like how you said. My worry is that I don't want the fibers to break because I want them all to be nice and long. This seems to be working pretty well though. Lots of rain, some high winds, and golf ball hail, but not too much damage, so can't complain. Oh, that's a blessing. And I guess I'm going to do this all the way to the end. And see, this is why I'm really glad I didn't trim yet, is because whenever I do decide to trim, I wait until I get the whole tree to that stage before I trim. Oh, I don't know if I like that. I always cut it off later. Let's do another one and see how it goes. Because this also doesn't have to be perfectly straight either. And this also isn't going to be the only curly branch because we're going to be adding other wire. Okay, Jan, this was perfect. Thank you. Wow. So just wrapping. And then if I've got a few stragglers, they just corkscrew in real nice, actually. Oh, that's so neat. Hey, Longevity, how's it going? Okay. Randy, what are your thoughts on the curliness? Because I'm going to do some shaping. It'll end up looking a lot more like that. And I think we'll be able to bring other wires in.
Yeah.
Because, well, if you want to look at this, whenever we have the fiber optics, and I'm going to make the little bead clusters. And so I'm going to be removing this one almost immediately because the wire is not the right color, but I want to test the positioning. Yeah. Well, let me try it a little farther back because if you want to come look over my shoulder, we're going to be using those clear beads, right? And so I think it'd be better if whenever I twist these together, if I come back to like here and then branch some of these fiber optics into this branch. And so I'm going to go ahead and twist them to the ends, but I'm probably going to end up setting the branch cluster like that.
Yeah.
And then what do you think of doing one or two more as necessary filler branches? I might be able to bring them in and splice in onto the side, and they just won't have any fiber optics in them, but they'll be much more internal. Although all the branches on the outer tips are going to have the lights.
Yeah.
You think that'll be good? Ooh, baby. Did y'all catch all that? Because it's very important. There will be a test. Hey, Hawk, how's it going? How'd you make it through the storm? Hey, pretty cute. How are you doing today? Jean says, was just scrolling and saw that you were doing and thought of it, never have done a tree. Glad you like it. No, yeah. Thank you. That was exactly what I needed. So I super appreciate you chiming in. So how are you doing today? What are you up to? Okay. So I'm just going to come around town. Okay. Excellent. My garden is looking bountiful. Ooh, that's good. What all are you growing? I know everything green has perked up from all the rain, which I'm very excited about. Ooh, I love it. Yes. Ooh, that's really cool to think it looks like fireflies. You know, and this reminds me so much of that oak tree out back of your dad's house. Yeah, with all the fireflies that night. That was so cool. There was this, I mean, massive oak tree out on Randy's dad's land, out behind the house his grandpa built. And it just has like the coolest branch structure of like all the trees. It's one of my favorite trees I've ever met. And I meet a lot of trees that I like. And I was out there with a friend one evening and we had looked up because the fireflies were out, but it was like they were all in the tree and I'd never seen synchronized lighting from fireflies before. I'd only ever heard about it, but it was the first time I'd ever seen it. And that was the coolest stuff. Like, oh my gosh. So this tree is an ode to fireflies. I still have not seen a firefly yet this season. Like, I'm going to be very tickled when I get to see the fire. Like, I look forward to seeing the fireflies every year. Beets, cucumbers, lettuce, radishes, peppers, Brussels sprouts, and more. Nice. Very nice. Hawks has stormed heavy here, damaging one of my big trees. Oh no, which is hard on my heart. Lost electric for about 4 hours. Glad I have my big cobalt fan. It kept the heat away. The good part is all the merchandise that was covered in the bed of the truck stayed dry. Oh, that is good. That's a good tarp. Whatever you used to cover with, it did its job. And sometimes I have to remind myself that a project has to maybe look a little worse before it starts to look a little better. It's just the ugly duckling growing phase, I think, that a project can sometimes go through. But I'm going to trust the process. This whole thing has been an exercise in trusting the process. We've got beans going in the garden right now, but most of everything that's up is perennials. This year we're focusing on building up soil health, so it's just cover crops in most of the beds. Like that's why I'm doing the beans, is because they're super easy and I can leave them there till they're dried. Oh no. Okay, well that broke off another one. Ruh-roh. But that's what happens is I kinked my wire. I didn't mean to, but that's pretty kinked up. In the watercolor world, we call that the teenage phase. Oh, really? That's hilarious. But no, yeah, 100%. This is going to be looking a little awkward. That's okay. Because I kind of liked it better when they weren't like, whoo, straight and curly, but we'll get there. It's going to be okay. Fawn, calm down. It's going to be okay. And I'm like, ah. Have you seen the documentary Need to Grow? I have not. Saw fireflies in the yard last night before the storm blew in. Oh, Walk, that is so cool. So cool. All boxes were in heavy construction black bags. I used 2 tarps to secure everything with rubber bungees. That's the way to do it, Hawk. Okay, we got another bit of tape coming off. We're making some progress. Slow and steady gets us where we are going. So yeah, I'm having to be careful. The tape seems to be, I don't know if it'll be necessary next time. I think what I'm going to do is, depending on the color of the tree, if it's another copper toned one, I'll probably use the copper tape like how you recommended, Hawk. Oh man, this is goobering my thumb up. And then I may use just bits of wire, actually, in other instances. That might be the way to go. Oh, Sarah, I'm so glad to hear that. She says, this is so inspiring. I want to do some trees tonight. Yes. Oh, I'll Google it. Is it on YouTube or is it streaming anywhere? Okay. Oh, on their website. Okay, I'll give them a Google. Okay, coming up underneath here. Now I'm doing these ones without the filaments, just to see if I have a favorite way. Sometimes I'll bounce back and forth. Ooh, Hawk says, Vaughn, I know you're using fiber optic. What would you think of glass icicles, which I have lots? I don't know if I'm familiar with what you're talking about, Hawk. Like how kind of like hangs off of a tree, or like a Christmas tree? I mean, I think those are, if I'm thinking of the same thing, they're very pretty. Oh, really pretty cute? Yeah, that's the best thing about Kick, I think, is they don't have ads. Though in the back of my mind, it's like, for now. Well, one of my goals is I have to get old, but I don't have to get bitter and resentful and all these other things. So I try to not be a puddle gump. About 2.5 inches tall. Oh, wow. How would you picture incorporating them into a tree like this? So I can picture something like that hanging off of like a big old tree. Oh, it's wandering out of frame. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and get these coiled all the way down to the tip. Hanging them on the branches, it's just a thought. I think something that large would be a little too big for a tree this size, I think, Hawk, just for what I have pictured in my mind. But on a larger tree, I think that'd be great. It's a little hard on the hands, that's okay. Hey, Randy, can I ask you for a cup of coffee? Thank you. Well, that little bit of candy bar we split is wearing off. The sugar crash is impending. Yes. Hot bean juice made me go fast. There we go. Yeah, the tape was overkill for my purposes. That's okay. Now we know. And again, it's just where it touches itself. Is really making it tricky. There we go. It was easier to peel it inside out than it was to peel it off of itself. Have you tried the Snickers with pecans? Ooh, I have not. But Snickers is one of my favorite candy bars, so I would probably, and I do love pecans. But we'd been not eating sugar for quite a while. And then we've started introducing it back. And that stuff is, I've got a real sugar addiction, y'all. Like, I can't. So today we ate the last bit of like real sugar chocolate that we had gotten at the store, because we'll still eat sugar in homemade stuff, and that doesn't make us go nuts the way that we'll get like a box of Oreos or something from the store, or shoot, a fried pie, and we're like, both of us will be, we'll meet back up in the kitchen a few hours later, like both of us being like looking for something sweet, and it's just like, man, I can't be trusted. So we're gonna go back to homemade sweets only. There we go. So yeah, that's making it fan out way more like, wow. Okay, so lining this up.
I got distracted and poured a bit too much the creamer in.
How much too much?
It's gonna be real good.
How much too much, babe? Because if it's more than 50 milliliters, it'll need microwaved to be hot. How many did you do, Randy? Like a minute. Bless his heart. He's such a sweetie. Kenpai? Ooh, what interrupts the sugar cycle for me is to put a couple grains of sea salt on my tongue after eating a bit of candy. Oh, wow, right on. Oh, I can get this one before I have to wrestle with more tape. Oops, bopped my elbow. All right. My arms are so tired. Thank you, honey. That looks really good. Is there... Well, thank you, baby. Oh, that's nice. Okay. All there is to do is to keep going, so we must keep going. And this is where projects like this become a feat of endurance for me. But we must. Okay, getting all the fiber optics. There we go. Laying kind of in track. I don't know what I'm going to do with myself whenever I get to where I can trim all these off and it's not just stabbing me. You know? Oh. And I know that everything that I learn on this wire tree is going to be like crazy super helpful next time. So any difficulty or any challenge or any tiredness in my hands and forearms, I have to remind myself that this is worth it. I am learning. I'm getting another piece under my belt. That much more real life, hands-on experience, which I think is the most valuable teacher of all. There's no tutorial that I can make or that I can watch that's going to replace just doing it your own self, even just once. Because there's some things that I absolutely love watching videos of that I do not enjoy doing. Like, as far as like, I will watch somebody else make molds all day long. I do not enjoy making molds, and I'm not very good at making molds at all. But I don't mind it whenever I like something and I'm no good at it. If I like it, that's enough to keep me going. But if I don't like it and I'm not good at it, I'm like, bah, there's other stuff I could be doing. And that's the part that I want to work on. That is lava hot. I just burnt the crap. I'm so sorry to make that noise in y'all's ear. Ow. Randy, I need 10,000 kisses stat. He's like, actually, well, it was really good coffee, honey. I don't think I'm going to be able to taste it. Ow. Okay. And so I'm going to start over on this side. Just keep going, just keep going, going, going. Do, 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 do. Whoa. What do you do? Just whoa, look. Whoa. Escape. Okay. So I'm going to bring this around. Man, it was so good. Maybe it's cooled down enough to drink now. It has not. It is still very, very hot. But a good dough. And then I just, yeah, I kind of like just coiling it on the wire first and then bringing those wires through. But then I don't quite go far enough, do I? Well, bah humbug. Yeah, oh my gosh, it's so much easier to do it with the mandrel. Okay, now take this tape off. I didn't realize this, but the tape is eating through the finish on the wood table I'm using. Oh, Huck says, Randy, please use your superpowers to send me a cup, please. Meanwhile, I'm here like, does he have that superpower? So that's a super handy superpower to have. There we go. Just getting this nestled in between the wires. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Da, 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 da. Teleportation. That'd be cool. Okay. Right? Right, is just in there mumbling about if he had teleportation, he would not be driving everywhere. Okay, this one I'm going to wrap with the wires on there. Just because. It just pinches them around a little more than pulling that out, and then coming on in. All right, it is time for a stretch break. Oh, I'm waiting for Scotty to get his beam working, right? Man, I wonder if that is technology that we'll see in our lifetime. Or if it's like the flying cars thing where it's... Ooh, still in the realm of science fiction. I mean, I'm still super duper impressed just that like we've completely normalized touch screens. That used to be like such Star Trek, like future tech. Aw, thank you. Saki Girl says the tree is looking awesome. Thank you so much, Saki Girl. How are you doing today? What are you up to? I'm super pleased with how the tree's coming out. I love that. It's almost like a little hair wrap. Like little wire, I don't know, hair wraps. Okay. Now I'm gonna place this right up here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we go. Extracting the mandrel. Which way? How do I? Oh, what have I done? That is not at all how this goes. Front row. You know what? It'll be fine. I think I ended up going a different direction, but it'll be all right. Cell phones came from Star Trek, and we have jetpacks, so who knows? Exactly. Exactly. What's the fastest way to heal a burnt tongue? Because I'm sad. Oh. I want to drink this coffee. Ooh. Oh, that's good. Fortunately, I only burnt the front part of my tongue. Okay. There we go. Sometimes having to wrestle with it, but that's okay. Extracting the mandrel. There we go. And now it's just, oh, that makes me so happy when it falls into place. Just nice and smooth and easy. And there we are, just like that. We're done with the first layer of branches. What do you think? Do we go ahead and cut? I think we go ahead and cut. I'm cutting them right up by the tip of the fiber optics. I'm remembering now I was going to give myself like an extra inch. But this is what we're doing. So I'm already pretty committed. So I'm just gonna have this be what I'm doing. Oh my goodness. It's already tidying it up so much. Setting all that wire off to the side. That is not wasted wire. I will be able to make some jewelry out of that, and who knows what else. There we go. Mama's Remedy, cool water on a smooth rag, letting it cool off for a few minutes. When it's drawn out some heat, repeat until you can't stand it anymore. Cool rag in mouth. Right on. Oh, that's good. I like it. I like it a lot. There we go. Next layer up, and now this is where we get to, like this one, we've got a couple of wires, which I'm actually going to point these quite down, just so I stop stabbing myself on them so much. Like, that's starting to deteriorate my morale. Okay, I'm going to angle this down, and we've got 3 branches. Oh goodness, I'm just taking some of the tape off because this is nuts. Okay, one of these branches is for sure gonna need to be heading over this way to this little guy over here. And so just wrapping around like that. And then we'll have, using our mandrel, over here on this side. Okay, yes. Same line, but it won't get you too far. It makes me happy when the tape comes off easy. Okay, so I'm gonna just get these. I catch myself holding my breath, holding my elbows up real high. So this is not like my ergonomically favorite position for sculpting, apparently. But, or I guess, we're just wire wrapping, but we are technically sculpting with wire. So, that's not nothing. Okay. So I'm going to do 3 with both, and then I'm going to go to the end with one of them, and then I'm going to reinsert this right there, and bring this around. I'm still so grateful for that tip. That's why I do this stuff live streaming, y'all. I learned so much from you guys, so thank you for everybody who gives good tips and advice, and even if I don't take it, I still appreciate it. Because sometimes, we got to cherry pick to match what's what our creative goals are. But that doesn't mean that I'm disregarding your suggestion. It's just going to live in my brain for next time. There's that one all the way to the tip, and then this one. All the way to the tip. There we go. Bump. I like that. I like that a bunch. Oh, that's a much better drinking temperature now. Okay. So here we are. I'm going to bring this one around. The branches. And I'm going to take this tape off too. Okay. I'm going to place our mandrel, which this is just one of my glass, like when I'm making glass beads, this is one of the mandrels that I use for making the beads on. So I don't want to bend them, but also it's pretty sturdy. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. And then I'm going to extract that. And I'm going to go ahead before I, not mess it up, but before it gets complicated, I'm going to go ahead and get this one threaded in. I'm going to give it just a moment. Bringing this around. So out in the garden, the first wave of spring's roses are starting to fade, which that's all right. Everything has their season, but it was really nice to get to enjoy them. And they're still blooming. It's just, it's not quite that every single bloom on the bush is an unspoiled brand new bud. Like now there's, some flowers that need deadheaded and some new growth coming in and some leaves that are looking a little touched. So that's all part of it. The lilies are fixing to be bursting open. That's going to be beautiful this year, I think. Good afternoon, Gravity. Things are going really well here. How are you doing? Oh. Oh, I gotta stretch. There we go. I don't even know what I was doing over here, so I'm just gonna unwind all these fiber optics. We refilled the hummingbird feeders this morning too. I haven't seen any hummingbirds for a few days. Though I haven't been paying as much attention as I would have liked either. It's been so busy. Like more so than usual, which is good. But a little crazy. Y'all, oh my gosh, the progress though. Whew. Okay. Gravity says, I'm doing good, just hanging out since it's raining again today, and now they say tomorrow too. Oh goodness. Part of me envies you because I would love, we got a fair bit of rain yesterday, but I'd love some more rain. But it's sunny and beautiful today. I hope you're doing good with all that rain, no flooding or anything. The sky is just so blue today after getting all the dust and pollen and stuff rinsed out of the air. All right. I've set the fiber optics free. 1 to 2 inches of rain. Ooh, goodness. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not certain if that's a lot or we spent quite a while in Tennessee where that was pretty typical. So I don't know. But where we were at in Tennessee was basically temperate rainforest, though. Like it rained daily, just about it. Except for when we were trying to have a market garden. But I decided to not take that personally. It's just a sign that maybe I shouldn't garden for money. So, at least not without a better irrigation system in place. But it wasn't so much that it was just dry, it's that it was so hot too that like the tomatoes wouldn't set flower, and that was our whole angle is we were going to have like we were going to be the heirloom tomato stand with like cherry tomato blends, and this was before Walmart had started carrying that 4 different colors and shapes of cherry tomatoes in their tomato section. But we had figured it up, and we had thought that if we could meet production, we'd be able to have a competitive enough price on tomatoes. And then it was like 110 degrees for like 3 weeks, and the tomatoes just weren't setting flower. And I'm really glad that that was like our test year. We were like, let's just test it and keep track of how much would these plants produce, and there we go. Oh, it didn't go very well, but that's okay. It was still fun, and we certainly had enough tomatoes for just us. Okay, so I didn't need to take this all the way to the end because I needed to be splitting it. So we're just going to back it up to the split. And I'm going to split that in about half. There we go. Now this half goes back into this wire. And the other half is going to go on this wire. So there's that whole branch structure. I'm going to go ahead and trim the ends just because it's also satisfying. It's not bad, but rain tonight, tomorrow is a lot. That is a lot. Like, we'd have to be keeping an eye on the basement, I think, if we were getting that much rain too. This is so exciting, you guys, because we have this piece here, which, there we go. Maybe that'll be a good camera angle for y'all. But this is the prototype piece that we had started making that I would like to do. I'm gonna, because we did some of the tree from the base up, and we're going to be doing some of the tree from the tips down. And that's going to be this much thinner wire, probably a 24 or a 26 gauge, that we're going to be having be one or two per branch structure. Yeah, this is going to be a lot. It's going to be really cool, but it's going to be a lot. That's okay. What is going on here? I'm just getting in underneath. So I want to be able to push this up into, there we go. But it seems like I can't, because the fiber optics are jammed. Well, that's just going to be how it is then, isn't it? Uh-oh. Well, maybe I'll do better next time. And I don't want to break anything, but yeah, it straight up is the fiber optics are pushing it out the bottom. Huh, okay. Well, we'll just make some little feet for this to sit on, and that'll be just fine. It just makes me wonder why it's got this, like, a tilted kilter, not quite a Lazy Susan effect going on. But I could put it on a Lazy Susan. Maybe. Okay. So I'm turning it until I find the next branch that I want to give all my attention to. That's a lot of branches. But we do it one branch at a time, and we just chisel our way through. This is how we do it. It's such a blessing when the tape does not fight with me too much. Hey, Sick, how's it going? Says, hey, Vaughn, we hope you're doing good. I'm doing pretty well. We're working on this fiber optic wire tree that I'm pretty excited about. We're fixing to be traveling for the weekend to go see my niece graduate from high school, and we're really excited and proud of her. And we're also going to be looking at a property that we're very interested in buying. But I don't know why I'm going to look, because I don't have the money to buy it anyways. But it's just, and it's off market now, which means hopefully it means nobody else can buy it. But, you know, I'm hoping it'll give us some time to save, so that if it if and when it does go back up onto the market, I'm trying to be optimistic. Hopefully we'll be in a better financial position, and we'll see how it goes. But we're going to go look at it and take pictures and measurements, just to make sure that, you know, it's what we'd be able to utilize too. But I'm making a whole fairy village for on my front porch because I have a dream of becoming a sculptor one day. And I'll keep you all posted on how that goes. Oh, hey, Mama Kay. Says good afternoon, Vaughn. Gracie is home from school. And first thing she said, Grandma, you don't have Vaughn on? Please put her on and tell her I said hi. So hi from Gracie. Oh my God. I can't tell you how that just made my day. Hey, Gracie. Well, I hope Gracie had a good day at school. Ooh, don't mean to bump the microphone. So I'm trying to get this taken off without breaking anything. Hey, Jettison, how are you doing today? Oh, Hawk says Botrix. What level am I? I think if you do exclamation point level, I think it'll tell you what level you are. You already are, don't you know? What? What? A sculptor? I mean, well, shit. I guess you're right. Well, I don't know. I don't really feel like a sculptor, though I don't really know how I would feel any different if I were. But I just want to build up a little bit more of a portfolio because, you know, if we try to get a business loan for this property and I say I want to open a botanical sculpture garden, if I don't have a lot of like, and that's, I'm trying to take some really good like photography of the garden this year, and you know, to make it look like I'm investable. Like I hope I'd invest in me, but that's, I mean, Randy and I have been investing in ourselves in the business for quite a while now, about 20 years. Every penny, every day. But I figure if I built up a little bit more of a portfolio as far as sculptures are concerned, because most of the pictures and stuff I have of sculptures are from like 5 or 6 years ago. And I'm like, I need to make more stuff than that. Like, I don't call myself a cosplayer because I haven't made a costume in like 4 or 5 years. So re-exploring that part of myself though, which I'm excited about. You're a sculpting artist. Oh, y'all. Oh, Hawk's at level 5. Oh, wow. Property. What makes you excited about the property? It's 5 acres. The price was quite right, but I don't think we'll be able to get it for that price. Like it's 5 acres. It used to be an elementary school. It is completely derelict. It's 21,000 square feet. It needs renovated back to the studs, like demoed back to the studs, full renovation. And it seems perfect. I've never been so in love with a building that needed a new roof in my life. And I've not even seen it in person yet. So I need to like keep myself in check, but it got Randy and I both really inspired and excited. And you know, we were visualizing just all the things that we could do out of a building that size. We'd finally actually have the space to be able to do the larger like concrete sculptures and different stuff that we've been interested in. And like in this one room, I have my metal smithing, my art, my lampwork glass, more of our painting stuff, all of our chainmail storage, all of our bead and wire wrapping, and then like a hangout music corner. Plus, this is the room that I do whenever we have our Friday night flow parties. I hoop dance in here, so I do like flow arts. Like I'll clear the floor, and it's like my like there's like at least 5 or 6 different things that we actively do here in this room. And then same thing for the next room over. We've got our glass kiln, our shipping station, Randy's office, all of our mold storage, our sculpting station, all of our paint storage and stuff. Like it's our leather working. Um, and so, and then we've got a whole third room that's just storage for that's where we keep our big rolls of leather. That's where we store our mannequins. That's where we store quite a bit of like our fabric and different things, excess shipping materials and stuff. And so it's if each and every one of these things could use a room kind of to itself. Like I would put sewing and leatherworking together. But like, gosh, if we could put all of our glassworking off into its own room, that'd be amazing. Because those kilns create a lot of heat, which is nice during the winter, but is miserable during the summer, because it heats like the whole house up. And so, and then to be able to have the prospect at teaching out of the school, because we did find out that it was zoned commercial, which is perfect because in my limited experience, it seems, please correct me if you have experience, to the contrary, but it seems like it is a little easier to get something that is commercial to be dual zoned into residential as well as commercial, as far as at least getting the you know, perhaps the permission of the neighbors or different things like that, depending on what permitting is necessary, than it is to like get a residential area to become zoned commercially. Uh, is just my thoughts on it. So while we would, have like a store there and stuff, it wouldn't be open to the public all of the time. We would just host like basically our own events, whether it be teaching or what really like got the stars in my eyes what about it is Randy and I were talking about if we were to have like a fairy ball gala where like it's well kind of like a fairy prom, like DJ'd and catered with like but everybody's there like in costume. And there would also be like the sculptures for sale, and we'd have a silent auction and stuff, but just the things that I make throughout the year, that we'd be live streaming, we could make them, and any that are too big for us to take to our booth with us to Dragon Con, we'd be able to just keep there on the grounds, and people could come to the gala and you know get to enjoy the botanical garden and the statues. And if anybody wanted to buy a statue and take it home with them, that would be the place to do it. Uh, and it just seemed like it would be a wild ride and a pretty cool place to haunt. So Grace just subbed to your channel in her Facebook, but cannot comment because of her settings. Her dad has her on kid Facebook. Oh, right on. Well, thank you so much for the follow and the support, Gracie. Is it Grace or Gracie? Is groceries something to get with ease? I mean, the daily, weekly shopping you still would need. Um, yeah, it's like right there in town. It'd be a little bit farther of a drive than what it currently is for us to go get groceries, but we only get like we're spoiled right now. We get groceries delivered, but we're only like a 10-minute drive to the Walmart, really. But we usually just go to Sam's Club, and so we're used to structuring our grocery trips around weekly outings. So, because Randy and I, we both grew up super rural. And whenever we lived in Tennessee last time, it was about a 45-minute drive into town because this was before the Dollar Generals were popping up everywhere. So this one, we're real close to a Dollar General. But even here in town, I maintain a deep pantry, and more often than not, if we're buying something last minute, it's because I don't feel like defrosting it. It's like, or, I need tortilla chips right now kind of thing. Otherwise, we'd just make do without it. It's always been what we've done in the past. So does it have a basement, aka bead dungeon? I don't know. I think it's just a single story, but it looks like a pretty tall single story building. I don't know. We'll find out. We'll find out. I'm so excited and nervous. There's a small part of me that hopes that it's amazing and perfect, and that's most of me. But there's a small part of me that's like kind of hoping that it's horrible, and that way I can just like calm down, and that, oh, it's not a good fit, and that way I won't be so sad that we're not able to buy it, and I'm like, get out of here with that. I don't like that self-sabotaging mentality of, oh, it's like, no, I want to be brave and dare to dream a dream. Because even if Randy and I never get to school or anything, what if, what if I got like 40 sculptures made and went and contacted a botanical garden and said, hey, can I put my stuff in your yard? Like, or something. I don't know what I would say to, a botanical garden. But, we'd figure it out. And at the very least, I'm going to make a fairy village on my front porch and then put it on TikTok. And hopefully somehow that'll equate into financial freedom, and I'll be able to buy all the stuff I need. So, or needs a strong word. But step 1, make fairy house. Step 3, profit. Pretty much. I like that though, bead dungeon. The Dollar General is such a great place to get so many crafting supplies. It really is. Aw. Gosh, that's so pretty. I freaking love it. Okay. This is awesome. Hey, Philly, it has been a hot minute. How are you doing? Is this still a good angle for you guys? Let me know if it's not. We'll figure it out. Mr. Puddums, you can't just come in here. Hey, Mr. Puddums. Gotta go outside, baby. Hey, big boy. Here, I gotta go escort this cat. Just came into my house. And this is not my cat. Mr. Puddums, you cannot. If the neighbors see us, what are they gonna think? Ringo, where's your can of food at? I gotta shut that side door in case a kitty want to come on in. Oh, thank goodness Ember slept through it. Did you see that, Randy? Mr. Puddum's just quiet as anything. All right. Okay. Yep, Embers is still asleep. None the wiser. Life has been happening all over the place. I want to get off this merry-go-round. Right? We like to keep it pretty chill and zen. So welcome to being at least distracted, hopefully, from the merry-go-round for a little bit. Hey, Triquetra, how's it going? Oh, thank you, Philly. If it's meant to be, it will be. You just don't know where it will be yet. Exactly. But I know that I need to keep improving my financial health. hence the hustling with like weekly shop updates and just trying to keep the business running well and just doing our best that way. Like I thoroughly enjoy getting to be a business person, like a business owner, and doing what we do. But I enjoy it a whole lot more when I've got a goal on the horizon and whenever I've got a dream in my heart, because it makes me feel very inspired. And then, so yeah, growing our nest egg, trying to, get our van paid off. That's one. And then also making the sculptures. So whatever the future holds, these are the things that I need to be doing to, reach that dream that just seems so enticing. Because the goal really is Randy and I would love it. The dream is for us to be able to retire one day, but I don't think that's going to happen. And so if we can't retire, then I would like, what would I like to do as work in my retirement? And it's like, well, I would love to, garden, and I would love to sculpt, if I get to be picky, and spoiled. So that got me thinking. It's like, well, what if the business model would be, and I think we could do this on 5 acres. It would be pretty cramped, but we'd be able to do it, and we would be 100%. We would need some employees, but that's about 10 or 15 years off if this goes over with the school. Um, if we're setting up a sculpture exhibit, let me actually pull up the picture. Oh, Hawk, the turtles are doing great. And there's actually a three-toed box turtle out in the yard, as well as another slider turtle. I don't know what variety is because he will not stay still, but there's a turtle in our pond outside. So there are 4 turtles on a quarter of an acre. I think I've exceeded the maximum of how many turtles I'm allowed to have. And then we've got like 7 chickens. Just one dog and just one cat though. You want to retire? I've been doing this for 31 years. Retire? Right? No, and it's like, well, Randy and I kind of let go of that idea. Like retiring is now the lottery dream. But now we're pretty sure I'm going to be doing this for a while. And I'm excited about it though, is the part that makes me real happy. Hey Bodega, how's it going? Even if you retire doing shows, you'll always make stuff. Exactly. Deer turtles are free. Can't they just hang? Yeah, the yard turtles. That's a lot of turtles going on, man. And it's like, oh, and we also have like a legion of groundhogs. And a raccoon. I had to chase a raccoon off the porch the other day. There we go. But if I'm growing plants, like, because I'd want a greenhouse. That way I'm not having to bring all the seedlings and everything in and out every day during, seedling season. But if we're growing seedlings and doing cuttings and stuff for the show garden, like where the sculptures would be, then I'll probably be able to have some seedlings for sale. So again, we might not be open all the time, but if we could host on the property like the master gardener plant sale for that area, or just something like that, like and be able to donate seedlings to that, or just have it to where we could probably have like a seedling workshop or something, and anybody who comes to the workshop gets access to purchasing from our seedling varieties. It's just, I don't know. I don't know how the specifics of it will manifest, because so much of that is going to determine on the property and on the region that we're in, and like all those different things. But I think it'd be a lot of fun. Oh, I know. We kept trying to block the groundhogs out of underneath the house and they just kept digging more holes. So this is another reason why we're very motivated to move. Is because it's like the house that we're currently in is rapidly if it doesn't go through with this school, we're going to have to do some major renovations on the house and get things taken care of because we're having increasingly problems with the electrical and just but yeah, this is the school property. And we were thinking this is not to scale. The paths would be the labyrinth garden would be about at a half density. So like the paths would be like this wide and there'd be half as many bushes. But each of the little black dots, though, would be a statue where a statue would be displayed and people could meander on through. These are little like wattle walls to be able to break up a small space into where it feels like you're meandering quite a lot and seeing different, exhibits. And this right here is a big old freaking wire tree um, that I would like to make one day. So yeah, so that's where those ideas are coming from. But yeah, that's the school. So we haven't done a septic inspection, so we don't know where that is. But this is the gymnasium, and it has very clear like damage to the roof over there. So we're hoping that part of the roof will be able to do like a roof over with metal roofing if the structure's still sound. But it's going to take a whole lot of inspections. It's going to take a whole lot of whole lot of. But to put it into scale, this is the garden that I've drawn in, and this is the square footage of my current garden. So, not including the rabbits and everything. So, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. It's fun to dream a dream. But no, 100% woodchucks are terrible and they've been the bane of our existence. Hedge maze and giant wire tree. Yeah, I want to make a botanical sculpture garden. And here I'm going to do that in the miniature on our porch. But one day I hope to have it be life size or to be able to at least exhibit where I can make giant sculptures. Which has the problem is currently I can only make as big as what I can fit through the door. But we'll figure it out. The obstacle is the way. Maybe we'll rent a storage unit or something and go and sculpt out of that. Like, we'll figure it out. There's options. Aw, well, thank you, Gracie. Me and my old pickup will drive to help you. Oh, Hawk, I appreciate you. I appreciate you a bunch. Whoa, there we go. Girl, you have a farm going on there. Plus, retirement is truly overrated unless you have a lot of money. Yeah, that was the part we were really hoping for, was the lot of money. But I mean, getting to do what we love our whole life, that's pretty nice too, I guess. Like no, that's the stuff money can't buy. I just hope I can like afford dentures for Randy one day, or any of that stuff. But for now, we craft. So cool seeing you following your dreams / ways, opportunities like this is. It makes it so interesting. How many times have you moved with Randy? Have you moved to another state as well? Oh boy. Okay, so you have unlocked NPC history mode. Randy and I met back, or we started dating back in 2005. when we were both in high school in Texas. I moved in with him my junior year in high school. Uh, and then we ended up moving to Tennessee, where I enrolled and finished my senior year in Tennessee. So we moved with just what we could fit in our car, uh, states over, but it was good. It got us real close into Randy's family, um, and it was wonderful. I love Tennessee. It's beautiful there. Like, it is basically the Shire. It's just gorgeous. Like, the humidity is a bit much, but not everywhere can be perfect all of the time. So, but and then we lived in Tennessee for like 8 years. Is Mr. Puddham's back in the house? In case a kitty want to come on in. Apparently, he figured out how to bypass the cat gate. You all right in there? Okay. Back in 2013, Randy and I moved here to Missouri to provide elder care to my mama. And my mom is doing great. She is 75 and up in, I think, Michigan, and she's doing quite well. So, but at the time, she wasn't doing so hot, and so we came to take care of her, so that she wouldn't have to, need to go into a nursing home. And then, as a thank you, they gave us this house, which, oh my God, like, that's made probably the biggest difference in our life. That kind of generosity and kindness. And then we worked and worked and worked and got my student loans paid off, and have been doing our YouTube thing. But I love, and don't get me wrong, I'm always going to live stream. If I've got internet, you bet your butt cheeks I'm going to be here vlogging about something. Because I guess it's called body doubling. It helps me to be so much more productive when I feel like I've got somebody to talk to. And I love hanging out with Randy, but we've been together for 20 years and he's heard all of my stories. I need fresh blood. So y'all get to come and hang out with me now. Hopefully, if it's, you clicked on my face. So, but there we go. I want to be able to connect with people and teach people hands-on, but it is so expensive to go and travel to these different events and stuff now. Because used to, whenever we taught at conventions, and it would be like, in the beginning, in the long ago, we could get hotel rooms for like $50 a night. And we could get them for less than that, but they were kind of sketchy. But you could get a decent, like a Motel 8 or something, for like $50 a night, 80 if you wanted to be bougie. Like, that was like Best Western prices, and it would be like maybe $200 for a booth fee to be able to set up like a 10 by 10 booth at a convention and sell our jewelry and costumes. And we would go and Randy would run the booth and I would teach panels at the conventions. Most of the time it would just be on like leatherworking and chainmail, because I'd be able to bring this stuff, and I still have the kits for teaching. I just don't go to the events anymore, because now it's like $500 for a booth fee. It's $120 for a hotel room. It's, but so it just got a little too expensive for us to be able to go to do that. And so we thought for a while. We'd actually started to organize in 2020 Craft Along Con in Echo Bluff State Park. They have a really nice venue there, and we were going to have it was going to be a little crafting convention. We had about 20 some odd people signed up, which was amazing. That so many people wanted to be involved. But then COVID happened, and so we refunded everybody, because it was just like, it was in early March and nobody knew how anything was going to be going. So we refunded everybody, but that had us thinking because we were looking at venues to, host our event at, and some of these places wanted like 15 to 30,000 for a weekend. And I was like, I could just about buy a venue for that. And that got right, like I'd said that, and Randy and I looked at each other like, because I grew up at a campground, and Randy grew up working. He had a family member who owned like a mobile home and RV park next to the gas station and liquor store that he had started. And so that was, I think Randy worked there whenever we first started dating. And so we were like just thinking about different ways of like looking at different properties and being like, well, we could develop it this way and do that. And we were looking at old campgrounds, because if they already had a lodge on them and had places where people could pull up RVs, then I was like, it could kind of be like the Ron Coleman mine down in Mount Ida, Arkansas, where they have their own campground and people can come and camp there or stay in one of the nearby hotels or motels. But dig for crystals and stuff. And we're like, we wouldn't do crystal digging, but we would do our classes and stuff and just make like, just an excursion out of it, make it exciting. Like, experiences are so fun and so generic nowadays. Like, it is, you know, uh, we got to see conventions go from being like really niche and really fun and amazing to they're still pretty niche and fun and amazing. But there was like the Fandom Expo and Wizard World era whenever Marvel was at like peak, where it was like they made it very uh Disneyland. Like, you're getting nickeled and dimed for every single thing as an attendee. And like the convention centers started to pick up on it. So now they're charging everybody for parking. And I just want to go have fun. Anarchy. Like and I don't know. So we started, that's kind of where our thoughts, and that's where our hearts are taking us, is I want to teach, we want to craft and do our things, and this got us, it didn't just light a spark in our hearts whenever we saw the school and started dreaming this dream. It was like a supernova went off in our hearts of just, this seems worth dedicating our lives to. Like, this is someplace we could do our life's work. Like, that'd be pretty cool. And it was $89,000. Like, that was the closest thing to being affordable that I've ever seen in my life as far as properties go. And oh my goodness, in Jackson, a tornado just touched down in Jackson a couple of hours ago, and the weather is getting a lot more extreme in Tennessee. I do miss it though, a ton. Well, that's what we were having yesterday. Here. I love that. I have these types of dreams in my head all the time. And even if all we get is to just dream the dream, it has been so exciting to have this fantasy together. Like, Randy and I in the evenings, and I've got my tablet and I'm drawing, and I'm like, oh, what if we did this in this way? And it's exploring these dreams that dream might never happen, but we let our imaginations go wild, and it gives us the seeds of things that we can germinate here in our reality to make our day-to-day life look more like that lottery dream. Like, I want to make fairy B&Bs, like cob houses that you can rent, that are like sculpted houses that, you could like stay the night in, and it's all landscaped, and there'd be like, can you imagine being like just human sized, walking up and opening that door and like spending the evening inside like a cool ass fairy house, like, and that would be the bathroom, a little outhouse or something. But it's like, I think that'd be so much fun. And just because I can't do that, I can still sculpt them, and get the ideas out, so I can still make something of it. And I don't know, I just think it exhilarates me. Smurfs vibes. Yes, a bougie Smurfs. Booch, booch. Why for dentures when you can make them better? We should actually probably go ahead and just get the stuff to make our own teeth casts, and just make ourselves some dentures or something. Because I've made little fangs, but I don't know, like, We'll just keep brushing our teeth, I guess. That seems the most affordable option right now. Okay, so we're bringing this tree down this way. So it's, if we had never dreamed the dream, I don't even know what got us started. I think I just wanted to dress up cute for the Ren Fair, and I didn't have any money. That's kind of what started this whole freaking thing. And and then I got a corset that I really liked, like really liked. It was a Moresca corset, so well made, but they sized it to me to where it fit like a glove. And I like ate a burrito and it didn't fit anymore. I ate a lot of burritos, but um I was just devastated that I was like, that was like $140 corset, which now I'm like, that's a very reasonable price for a corset. But I didn't get to wear it very much. And I was like, well, what if I made costumes that were adjustable? That way I could go up or down in sizes, or that way I could let my friend borrow it and they wanted to wear it. It just kind of thought processes like that. And that's what part of what led me into the corset design that we do, where it's got the removable panels. And because I wanted each corset to be able to be a one of a kind piece, but I didn't want to have to make it in 6 different sizes for whoever wanted it to be able to get it. And so, yeah. And I remember that first necklace was Tiger's Eye from like Hobby Lobby, one of the teardrops that already had a bail on it. It was a really pretty Tiger's Eye. And then I used Tiger's Eye chip beads on a memory wire. And that was my first, like one of my very first necklaces that I ever made. And I wore it to the Ren Fair with this like little like hand embroidered tunic. And I'd made like some pants and home ec. It was so much fun. If we had never dreamed those dreams that were wild and outrageous and stuff, we would have never started taking the steps to where we are now with our business. And we had a whole bunch of not naysayers, just people who were genuinely interested in our well-being, who were like, when are you going to get a real job? And we were like, never. If we can help it. No, we still ended up having to get outside of the house jobs and stuff, but you do what you got to do to get those beads. Those beads aren't going to buy themselves. But I like dreams. They help keep the day-to-day from getting a little too daily grindish. But yeah, we figured absolute worst case scenario though, we would just demolish the school and use the 5 acres to build on. But if the school is repairable at all, oh my god, that'd be amazing. This reminds me of how people in estates used to pay live-in groundskeepers back in the day to dress as garden gnomes, to take care of their flower beds, and tell stories to kids that visited. I mean, work uniform, but that's pretty cool. I'd dress up like a garden gnome. I had a real job. It was a trap. Don't do it any longer than necessary. Real jobs, bleh. Yeah, but like I said, those beads are not going to buy themselves. So, and it's Randy and I are getting pretty close to the point. We did well enough at Anime St. Louis that we were like, all right, let's keep, focusing on the business. But if it doesn't pick up this winter, maybe, we'll see how it goes. But Randy's always willing. He's made it very clear to me that he's always willing to go and get a job outside of the house, in the interest of getting us further ahead and getting us closer to our goals and just doing what needs done. And gosh, I love and admire his work ethic. I've never met anybody in my life who works so hard as what Randy does. with no complaint, not a single. I mean, other than like just the pained look in his eyes when his whole body's hurting and stuff. But he suffers silently. So he's a real trooper. Like that's something we've had to work on, is being like, you got to let me know when you need a break, otherwise we're going to keep working. And he's like, I'll do it if you do it. And I'm like, because we'll both just, I will work harder, buckle down and keep going. But I'm convinced that working hard makes luck show up more often. And even if that's not the case, I consider myself lucky if when luck shows up, it finds me working, because then I'm ready to take advantage of it, I hope. Like, be opportunistic. Clone Randy and Still the Clones is live working house gnomes. I'm a greedy girl. I just have a legion. I look like Gru with just a minion. Like the whole crew of minions are all just Randy clones. All wearing overalls. That's very true. Walk in the rain. Randy's wonderful. Wendy, a good guy. Keep going together. You'll be stronger. We just went through our 40-year anniversary together. Oh, Philly, congratulations. No, we had our 20-year this past February, and we couldn't help but just laugh to each other because we spent the whole day. The pipes were frozen. It was like -20. It was a mess, and the outlet on the tub had frozen closed, so we couldn't leave it dripping because then the tub would overflow. So we spent all day catching the drip. We were trying to maintain the pipes not freezing in the bathroom to keep the water flowing, even though the hot water had already frozen shut. And we were just trying to hold on. And so we had one of our big stock pots catching the drip water, and then the other stock pots on the stove, because we would heat them up and try to dump them to like get the tub hot enough that that outlet would, it didn't work. But we boiled water all day, and it was just damp and cold and miserable, and we had a fantastic time. Like, and I had looked at Randy and I was like, this is the best, worst time I've ever had. So and he's like, same. There's nobody else I'd rather kind of suffer alongside with. I'm so like teeny tiny little scratches. Some of our best memories in the trenches together. That's a good way to put it, Philly. Beads don't grow in trees. You can make a tree out of them, though. Some beads, well, acorns make pretty good beads, and they do grow on trees, but you're right, though. Mm. Mm-mm-mm. I just want to picture it again. Oh, darling, let's go down. Let's go down. Come on down. Because I think what I'm going to do is on the trip, I'm going to bring my seed beads and my thin wire, and I'm going to, in the car, make a whole mess of these bad boys. Because I only really need them to be this long, because as we bring them into the tip, and then after I've installed all of the tips, I'm going to be adding in the 20 gauge wire with more beads to come up and grow in all these empty spaces on the tree. It's going to come up, and so that'll close the gap, is my hope. So we'll kind of see how that goes. You like it? Hey, Dark Forest, how's it going? I'm late again, but I was fiddling around the house. Oh, well, that's fully excusable. More bills?
Yeah.
Oh boy. That okay. Oh, really? Is it for 2018 again?
Yes.
That's very interesting. Here, I'll be right back, y'all. I just gotta get eyes on it. I don't even know what this means.
I don't want to. Oh, Z-Dog wants in. Big boy. Z. Not you, Mr. Puddums, though I guess I'll pet you. Oh, you're so handsome. Yeah. Oh, good kid. Oh, Z, we're locked out of the house. Mr. Puddums, we're all counting on you. Get us back in. Wendy. Oh, wait, no, it's not locked. Okay. Come on here. Because I had fiddled with the thing on my way out. I don't know why. Ooh, Dark Forest says, what is the technique? Now I see swirly things. Okay. So what we're doing with the swirly things is, oh, which one of y'all? One of y'all had suggested that it's a curly willow, which those, if you've never seen one, those are the craziest trees. Like, those are so cool. And so I'm doing kind of a corkscrew branching just to keep all the filaments kind of contained and going off in their respective branching.
directions, but also because the next stage of construction is going to be, and I'm going to try to have all of the tips made before our next live stream, which we don't have a live stream this Friday. We'll be streaming again on Monday though. But I plan on making little branches like this in the van when we've got a 9-hour car ride both ways and then kind of just hanging out. So I'm going to try to make at least one of these branches for each, but I'll probably double it because I want some really cool intensity here with the, we're going to be using clear beads. That way I'm hoping they'll pick up and amplify the fiber optic lighting. But from here, like we'll put these branches on, and I'm hoping I might be able to like splay out some of the fiber optics, or I don't know. I don't know exactly how we're going to do it. I might just leave them clustered as they are. I don't know. We'll have to see. But I won't get back till Monday night, so I'll miss the live. Oh, right on. Well, I hope you have a fantastic weekend, Hawk, and that you do really well. Oh, speaking of beads, I wanted to say the beads I ordered look fantastic. Oh, my girlfriend immediately saw them and now wants to make a wire wrapped wand with them. Oh, that is so cool. Are you going to see the school this weekend? We are. I'm so excited and nervous. Oh, like it's made me so nervous. I'm a little cranky. Like not right this second, but like for the past like week probably. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. So part of it is I just keep scratching myself up on the dang old mandrel, but then also the wires are getting me. That's okay. You'd use transparent beads with an AB finish. Oh, that'd be cool. I don't think I have any of those, but this is not the last one of these trees I'll be making. So for sure. For sure. I mean, I think that's going to be what I do with the little branches, but what if that's not the best way? And that's the sort of unproductive second guessing. Flump. Oh no, they're all kinky now. There we go. So there's one. Just getting them, I like them a little bent out of the way. That way, what to do with the scratchy wires? Just be scratched, I suppose. But that's all right. Like I love the idea of like a half round glow in the dark bead, but I'm afraid that if I did it on these ones, I wouldn't want it to block where the fiber optics are showing from. How's that bracelet going, baby? Yeah? Have you started on it? Oh, okay. Okay, bending that out of the way. I so thoroughly like using the mandrel. It is much easier on my hand, and I'm excited about how we're going to be able to make this look. There we go. That's another branch done. So yeah, here you can see I kind of poke some of the wires down some, just to kind of get them out of the way of scratching my wrists. That's looking pretty cool, y'all. All right, I'm gonna push all those branches back down again. Like, I don't know if you can see, but just the little, I mean, I'm not bleeding at all. I'm fine. It's just, I feel real scratched up. Ooh, Dark Forest says, I'm super excited about this project, despite its outcome, because trial and error and happy unintentionalities are part of the lovely creative process. Amen. Dee Dee says, I made it to your live. We're in for some storms this evening. Y'all stay safe. Turn the lights off, says Philly. I will. We've got 30 more minutes. I don't know why I think I can do it, but I bet you I can get this top done in the next 30 minutes. And then we will end it today with going and standing in the dark and looking at it. You're scratched up like you just got a new kitten. Exactly. And that is 100% the raw sensation on my arms is a new kitten or new puppy teeth, sharp little claws, raw skin, just out. And also a big reason is we do want to get back to being around family, because we've got our friends here in Missouri and we love them, but I want to be close enough to be able to, like, Randy's dad is still in good health, but I know that doesn't last forever, and I just 9 hours is a little too far away, and it was tolerable when we got to keep Maddie for the summers, but we both feel the pull. It's time to go home. There we go. Hey, Michelle, how's it going? Just popping to say hi while Edwin and I are out on early dinner. Oh, well, hey, I hope y'all have a nice dinner. What you eating? You could use this method and make a coral tree. Coral? Like, how do you mean? Like, like in the ocean? Because that'd be pretty cool. Under the sea. Saltgrass Steakhouse. I like steak. going to include some glow-in-the-dark elements. I do hope so, Crystal. Like, I'm not entirely certain how yet, but 100% hope so. All right, so there's another one. We've got some tape to untape, and then we'll be able to, we've got 2 wires that need, oh, I love it when the tape comes off easy. So just 1 wire at a time, bringing it up and around. Okay, coming around like this. I don't know if I need to use 16 gauge right out the gate next time. Like, I wonder how this would have done with a thinner gauged wire right out the gate. Just for, if nothing else, the sake of being a little easier on the hands. Ah! Oh, I'm so glad you like it, Michelle. Under the sea. That would be cool. Under the sea. Oh my goodness. Let's see, there we go. I really prefer being able to keep all of these fiber optics clustered. There we go. Oh, boo. Oh no, okay, it still worked. There we are. Oh, that was very sad. Oh, I didn't even need to do them. Oh, heck. All right, it's fine. Because half of those are supposed to go off in this direction for the tree branch. I think a thinner wire would be a little flimsy. And that's my worry as well. But these are the thoughts that we have while we grow the tree. There we go. And now I wonder if I can just sneak like half of these. I'm going to use this wire as like a little needle. To just sneak half of these whoop, out. Oh, that kinked them, but that's okay. Just getting them kind of. Now that's interesting, using a little corkscrew at the end. To make all of the little fiber optics go by. Make some tiny glow-in-the-dark fireflies and hang them with fishing line. Oh, that'd be cool. Just hanging off. Oh, that's really cute. We're almost to the end of this step, but there is still so much to be done on this tree design. So I'm loving all y'all's ideas. Okay. Ooh, we're making pretty good time. We've got this. So this one's coming off this way. There's that. I'm gonna pull these fiber optics out back to where the branch splits. Putting this stainless steel, what was this, the 3/32 inch mantle. Are you adding chip beads to this, or do you have something else planned? I missed last stream when you started it. Gotcha. I don't think I'm adding chip beads to this one. I think I'm going to be using these clear seed beads in this style, because I think that would just look really cool. And so, and honestly, I actually kind of like the way that it looks with the fiber optics, just like that. But I can always take them out of their wire casing or casement. Oh, yeah, that'll break them. Oh, that gives it a nice little like though. Randy, what's the matter with that dog? Oh, that's rough. He's a dog. Randy's going, I hate dogs. You don't hate dogs. Z, what'd your daddy say? He being a goober. Ember's all comfy on her little cushion over yonder. I'm hoping it'll be cool. I don't know. I'm excited about it. We'll see how it goes. And I may end up going a completely different direction entirely. We may go the chip bead route. We may go, if I could find some glow in the dark beads, or if I just make the little wire things, then dip them into resin that has like glow pigment in it. Like that might be something that we do. What do you think, Z-Dog? I know I've been sitting too long. My back hurts. We're real close though. We'll do some yoga after this stream. How's that sound? I've been doing this like 10-minute daily, or do it as often as you like tailbone pain relief yoga video on YouTube that I've been following along with, and it really has helped. But prevention's the best medicine, and I'm kind of sad that I didn't have this set up over at my standing desk, but it worked out. It'll be okay. And I'm just following the shape of the branches with this additional wire. Y'all are getting pretty close. Well, please share. Back pain is a new issue for me. Now this is specifically for like around the tailbone. It's just if you search, oh, let me see. I need to stand anyhow. No, I have to. Okay, it'll just be a minute. Okay, ow. But I have a bruised like tailbone, like cossets, my butt, my booty butt. It is by Yoga with Joelle. Yoga for tailbone pain, 10-minute relief for lower spine and caucus. So that's the one that I've been following, and it's been really nice. And today will be like day 6 of being back at doing some sort of yoga every day, which is very good. I have a glass cab for me that I wrapped paired perfectly with a Von tie-dye, wearing them today. Oh, Sarah, which tie-dye are you wearing? But yeah, it's honestly, there's a bunch of good ones. That's just the one that there's not like too much distracting music, or like it worked. And oftentimes I'll typically just go with the first one that works. But and the length was perfect, because it's like I just need something, just a little break. I don't, like I can't be spending 2 hours a day doing yoga right now. I'd love to, but 4, 5. It just starts to feel like, instead of it feeling like a minor side quest, it starts feeling like an excursion. And I really like doing minor side quests all day. Like I can handle like one big excursion per day, and everything else needs to be a minor side quest. Oh, y'all, yesterday Randy and I made like 8 pounds of macaroni and cheese, and it's actually pretty good. Like we made it from scratch. And it went much better than the last time we made macaroni and cheese from scratch, but I still think my measurements were off. Right on, Sarah. Thank you. Randy says it was way more cheese than it was mac. Yeah, it was like 2/3 cheese, 1/3 noodle. And I think it's supposed to be a little bit more of like a 50-50. But I mean, I'm not mad. Just felt like eating cheese for dinner is what I mean, which again, I'm not mad. It went perfect with the shake and bake chicken. Which I don't think I'm going to spend money on shake and bake mix anymore. It was like, that was too much. For the box was huge, and the packets were like, I'm just doing it from scratch next time. I've got the ranch powder and stuff, so I've officially reached where I'm like, I'll figure it out on my own. Thank you. You've let me down for the last time, shake and bake. Yeah, they didn't even give us the plastic bags to like shake them. It's the world coming to. Don't answer that. But no, I still love that. That's my biggest complaint, and so it's like, how luxurious. Now you can add different things to it and make different meals. Yes, that's a load of mac and cheese. It is, and we leave tomorrow, so we had mac and cheese for breakfast, and we're having mac and cheese for dinner. And well, I guess technically it was mac and cheese for lunch too, but breakfast and lunch were the same thing today. Okay, so I'm just splitting this one in half, and then putting 1/2 all down this side. Aw. Well, hey, Spring, how's it going? Well, thank you. If I remember the stuff, but the medical tape that only sticks to itself is what I use for wrapping up my 3D beadwork. Oh, right on, Laura. Well, thank you for letting us know, Laura. You're probably already off at the post office, but I hope you have a good time. Three, 4, 5. But yeah, after today's live stream, I think we're gonna eat some mac and cheese and then finish packing for heading out tomorrow. Hoo-wee. So I hope I have it figured out by then what I'm going to be doing on this tree. I haven't had a baked mac and cheese in so long. My mom's recipe is so good. I need to make that again. Oh my God. If you want to send me mac and cheese recipes, unless it's like a family secret or something, which I respect that, but also mac and cheese. Okay, so we've got 2 more wires here. And I'm feeling to see, I'm going to split this one into 2 and I'm going to split this one into 2 if the wires fall that way. Y'all, this is so exciting. Okay. So far, so good. Oh, yes. It'll be this one that gets split into 2. That's okay. Whoops. I love this song. I can't remember the name of it, but it's from Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? And it is in my head today. Okay, so now, we're going to split that in half, if we can. Looking good. Excellent. Uh-oh. There we go. Oh, there we go. Gotta get shaky after school. Said, whoa, here we go. Oh, there we go. So I didn't quite take it as far as what I could. So I'm gonna bring that down. That's okay. Oh, we still got this guy right here. Okay, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. Take that mandrel out. Put these wires in. My arms are tired. Oh, there was a baked mac and cheese. Oh yes, Joe, thank you. Where it was Amish blue topped with bacon with a cream-based guacamole sauce. I'll have to ask my mom on how she made. My goodness, that sounds delightful. I got banned for making mac and cheese because of how bad I botched it. Randy and I will also eat literally just about anything. So we will eat gas station sushi. So, and live to tell about it, or at least used to could. Not to brag, but we used to have cast iron guts. Being on the road so much the way we were, but yes. Oh, I think you're right, Triquetra. I think that's kind of silly. Why not share good recipes? I'll send it to your email. Thank you, Wok. We will for sure. I think we expect to be driving through storms tomorrow, or at the very least, rain. Will that be the second or third tornado that you'll have driven through this month, Randy? Second. Right? Ooh, well, thank you, Triquetrum. That'd be fantastic. I love recipes. All right, splitting it in half. We did it. You don't smell like the queen. Just getting the rest of the longer tips that I might have missed. Getting the crown of our tree kind of positioned. It's not the final primping. So I'm just working my way kind of down and in layers, and then just starting to position stuff just to, be for a minute, how might I think, how would this tree have grown? Based on where the light gaps are and just the branch shape and stuff. And getting any little rogue fiber optics kind of out the way. I think you're right that a thinner wire would have been too flimsy. There's quite a bit going on some of these branches, and I'm really glad we have the robust 16 gauge to keep it kind of structural. And I'm really glad that's one less thing I have to wrestle with, whether or not the branches can stand on their own. Ooh, some of these are meager whenever it comes to how much of the fiber optic it has in it, but that's all right.
What do you think? Huh? Oh, it's not done yet, but we did get that step done. Let's go look at it in the dark. Ooh, Dark Fisty says, what's going on with the base? Not much right now. We've got a few more holes that I was going to add in. Tinnitus. Next step is going to be to add the leaf clusters into the different branches using probably a 26 gauge coming down. They'll only be about this long, so it's not going to add too much bulk into this area, but then we'll put the 20 gauge on after that, and this will be where I include like beads, and I might like hide gemstones and stuff. We might do some landscaping with some flock moss and crystals and things. Like, I don't know yet. I haven't quite gotten there. Honestly, I didn't expect it to look this cool like this. I hadn't thought much farther past here, and so we'll see where the project takes us. Because we may end up excuse me. Thank you, baby. I have no idea. I have no idea what we're gonna do. Settled. I need to make one of these for my D&D table for a Halloween one shot. Yes. Oh, like a Sleepy Hollow tree, kind of. That'd be cool. Or something of the sort. Maybe little mushrooms with the crystals. Ooh. Yes. Okay, so let's go. Oh, thank you guys. Let's go look at it in the dark. Oh. That's looking pretty cool. Hey, Randy, can you come help me? Can you come help me real quick? Okay. There we go. Kind of blocking the light from the window. Hello, Z dog. If you'll hold the camera. There it goes. All right. I'm going to get in the curtain.
Okay. So I need to back up?
Yes, please. Okay. Eee. Is it glowing? Can you tell? Oh my god, that looks so cool. Here, my hand's covering the, let me hold it from. How does it look?
It looks really good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I love how the branches are glowing. I'm going to lose my freaking mind. That is so cool. All right. Yeah, this is totally worth the effort. Very happy. Wow, much pleased. Oh, sorry. I just saw how it looked on Randy's screen. Ah, that is the cutest. It's gonna look so cute when it's got like the little crystals and stuff on it. Ha. Okay, so now that you've seen it glow like that, what do you guys think? Like, that's pretty neat. I'm gonna have to figure something out on being able to remove some of this tape, maybe. I don't know if it'll be necessary to remove it. I don't know. I'm going to try to cover it with wire, but we'll see. We'll see if that's possible. Ah! Right? Like, honestly, if I had just looped all these off, I could technically stop right here and be like, behold, a cool tree, but it would be missing something. There are more plans for this tree. It is not done growing yet. All right.
a lot of work, but very well worth it. Well, thank you guys. Well, I wanted to make some like some flex stuff, like not for sale. I mean, one day it might be up for auction or something, but I wanted to. My goal, I told myself that if I did all of my work and was very disciplined and diligent, and if Anime St. Louis went as well as what we needed it to, then basically until Maddie's graduation, I get to just work on pleasure projects. It's not for sale. I just want to test things out, see how it goes, have fun experimenting. And so that's what the fairy house there in the cloche, kind of like boop, right there, which will be this Thursday. We're releasing the video edit of that. So it took us 12 hours of live streaming to sculpt that fairy house. And so far it's taken us 6 hours of live streaming to make this fairy house, or fairy guard tree, make this tree, but making these little branch sections is going to be, I'm going to document how long that takes me on average to do one cluster, and then I'm going to base the average time investment off of how many clusters I've made instead of just clocking myself, because I'll get them made faster when I'm like focused, but I'll make them slower, but I'm still getting them made if I'm like sitting around chit-chatting with family. So we'll see. That's gonna look so cool. And we might still make a little like fairy door or something. We can figure this out. But I don't know. I just wanted to push the limits of what I'm capable of, and we don't know if we can do something amazing until we try. And I think if we have it in our heart to try to want to make something that we think is amazing, we owe it to ourselves to try. So it feels good to be trying. But after this, when this one's done, we're going to be starting in on dragon heads. So we're still going to be live streaming sculpting. It's just going to be stuff that is for, it's specifically for Dragon Con preparation. So. Oh, Randy says if anybody wants to buy the dragon heads before Dragon, he's okay with that too. But we're making them with the intent to sell. So it's going to be a little bit more production mode, a little less experiment. Well, it's still going to, I'm going to have fun with it. I refuse to not have fun with it. Put on Lord of the Rings and sit with your beads and wire. Yup. When did need it? Oh, the shiny grabby hands. Oh, bodega. Oh, Dee Dee, I'm so glad that you like it. Gravity Falls says hi, Wendy. But oh, you never make anything for yourself. And I'm like, I know, I need money first, but I might need one of those in the future. It's the difference between a job and joy is the why. And the joy that we get out of what we craft when the project is made and sold and the money is spent, the joy that we got from it is going to last so much longer than what the money we sold it for did. Has been my experience. So it's super important to do things for yourself too, just to, if I almost visualize it like I am a creative oregano plant. And if I keep just chopping away sprigs of what I've grown to give to people to be like, here, ideas, tutorials, stuff for sale, I have to give myself an opportunity to grow just for me, take a harvest just for me. And so just to remind myself of why I like doing it. So it's a pretty freaking cool tree. All right, we will see you guys next time. I like how the lights show through the trunk like it's a living aura. Yes. Did you see it while we were hiding? Oh my god, it was so pretty. I'll get a little bit of footage of it in the dark. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna wait for it to get dark tonight, and I'll get a little bit of footage and put it up on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok is where we post all of our different social media stuff. But thank you, Lydia. Okay, thank you so much, you guys, for the well wishes. We will do our best to have a safe trip and to keep you guys posted. And I cannot wait to explore the school and hopefully get good news from our bank And maybe even though it's off the market, we might be able to make an offer. And if not, then, you know, some other door will be open, I'm sure. So we'll keep on keeping on. But I will see y'all next time. And until then, happy crafting. Mwah. Bye. And then I'm gonna go over here and then we click buttons.